Hello and welcome to the first part of the fifth practical video. Today, we will enhance our dashboard functionality by creating states for each device and customizing the air sensor state. So what are the states? In simple words, they can be treated as separate pages of one dashboard, allowing the creation of a multi-level hierarchy. To go to a specific state or navigate between different states, we need to use actions. A specific action can be assigned to an entity, and by performing it, a particular outcome can be expected. For example, by selecting a button or cell, you can transition to a new state, navigate between dashboards, access an external resource represented by a URL, or perform other user-configurable actions. In our tutorial, states are particularly useful because they eliminate the need to add separate dashboards for the information about each device. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's add a separate state for each of our devices. To do this, enter the Dashboard Edit mode. Select the Manage Dashboard States menu option, and then select the plus icon. Name it Indoor Air Quality Sensor, and enter the Air Sensor State ID. Select Add. Similarly, add the Energy Meter State with the Energy Sensor State ID and the Water Flow Meter State with the Water Sensor State ID. Finally, save your changes. As you can see, you can no longer access the states we've just created after you save the dashboard. You can only do this while in the Edit mode. To fix this, we will add an action to each row in the Office Sensors widget that will help us navigate to the corresponding device state. To do this, select the pencil icon of the Office Sensors List widget. Go to the Actions section and select Add Action. Select the plus icon in the top right corner. Now select on row, click Action Source, and enter the corresponding action name. Choose the custom action type and paste the function from the learning materials in the corresponding field. It will transition you to a new dashboard state, depending on the device profile of the selected device row. Finally, select Add and save the widget and dashboard changes. Now selecting the device row from the list will navigate you to its state. As we've finished setting transitions, let's focus on adding widgets to our states. The first one will be the Indoor Air Quality Sensor state. We'll add 3 widgets to display current readings of temperature, humidity, and CO2 levels, alongside 2 widgets for tracking historical data on air quality in the office. This will allow us to monitor the current state of air quality parameters and analyze the trends in their changes over time. First, let's add a widget to display the current temperature in the office. To do this, select the Indoor Air Quality Sensor to transition to its state. Enter Dashboard Edit mode and select Add Widget. Select the Indoor Environment Widgets bundle, and then select the Indoor Temperature Card widget. Now we need to add an alias to ensure that when we share this dashboard with customers, they all can view the time series data of their own devices. To do this, select Entity Alias, and then select Create New. Enter selected entity as the name, and select Entity from Dashboard State as the filter type. This will be a universal alias that will extract the data from the entity linked to its state, which in our case, will be the corresponding sensor. Finally, select Add. The temperature key, from which the temperature value will be extracted, has already been added. Clear the card border radius and select Add. Finally, adjust the widget size to your liking. Similarly, Let's add a widget to display the humidity data. To do this, go to the Indoor Environment Widgets bundle and select the Indoor Humidity Card widget. Specify selected entity as the data source. The humidity key, from which the humidity data will be extracted, has already been added. Clear the card border radius and select Add. Finally, place it to the right of the temperature card widget and adjust its size. Now add a widget to display the CO2 level. To do this, in the Indoor Environment Widgets bundle, select the Indoor CO2 card. Specify selected entity as the data source. As you can see, the CO2 key has already been added. Clear the card border radius and select Add. Place it to the right of the humidity widget and adjust its size. Now you can see the current temperature, humidity, and CO2 levels. We will now add a widget that displays a chart of the hourly average temperature and humidity readings in the office. In our case, it will be the telemetry data over the current day. To do this, select Add Widget. Go to the Charts Widgets bundle and select the line chart. Since our dashboard time window is designed to summarize telemetry values, we need to use the widget's time window to display the average consumption. To do this, select the relative option and set the time interval to current day. Next, choose the average aggregation function and set the grouping interval to 1 hour. The widget will then display the hourly average temperature and humidity for the current day. Finally, select Update. Specify selected entity as the data source. Add data keys temperature and humidity. Specify their labels, and set their units to degrees Celsius and % accordingly. Then select the gear icon for the temperature key to open its configuration window. Turn on the Show Points and Point Label options. Then select Save, and repeat this for the humidity data key. By default, the chart includes a single scale on the y-axis. Label it Temperature and set the units to degrees Celsius. Add another scale for humidity. Place it on the right and set the units to %. Now go back to the Series section and specify Axis 1 as the y-axis for the humidity key. Change the chart title to Temperature and Humidity History. Set the bottom legend position and uncheck Average of the Show Values section. Clear the card border radius and select Add. Move the widget to the top right corner of your dashboard and adjust its size. Now you can monitor the hourly average temperature and humidity values in the office for the current day. Let's add an additional line chart to display the hourly average air quality data over the current day. To do this, select the line chart widget once again. To show the average air quality values, we will once again use the widget time window. To do this, select the relative option and set the time interval to current day. Next, choose the average aggregation function and set the grouping interval to 1 hour. The widget will then display the hourly average CO2 levels for the current day. Finally, select Update. Specify selected entity as the data source. Then, Add CO2 as the data key and specify its label in units. Select the gear icon to configure the CO2 data key settings. Turn on the Smooth Line option and save your changes. Enter a name for the y-axis, such as CO2 level, and set the units to parts per million. Change the chart title to Air Quality. Set the bottom legend position and check the min, max, and average options in the Show Values section. Clear the card border radius and select Add. Place this widget below the Temperature and Humidity History widget and adjust its size. Finally, save your dashboard. Now you can monitor the hourly average CO2 levels in the office for the current day. In the next lesson, we'll continue configuring the states of our devices. But for now, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.